Moscow, Russia. The night sky over the Russian capital turned eerily dark after a widespread power outage hit several areas in and around Moscow. According to early reports from Russian media, the blackout was caused by a series of drone attacks targeting energy facilities in the Moscow region. Residents began noticing problems as lights in homes and streets started flickering and went out completely by late evening. Streetlights, traffic systems, and public transport came to a halt, throwing parts of the city into confusion. Across Russian social media, videos and images circulated showing entire neighborhoods shrouded in darkness, with flashes of explosions lighting the horizon. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin confirmed that the city's air defense systems had intercepted and destroyed one unidentified drone approaching the capital. He did not provide further details about where the drone was shot down or whether there were casualties. Local Telegram channels later reported 3 loud explosions in the city of Kolomna, located about 100 kilometers southeast of Moscow, allegedly near energy infrastructure. Authorities have not yet provided official confirmation about the extent of the damage. In the nearby city of Zhukovsky, residents reported losing power around 10 p.m. local time. The city administration released a brief statement saying the outage was linked to an emergency situation in the power grid, without elaborating. Andrei Kovalenko, head of Russia's Center for Countering Disinformation, posted a short message on his official channel: "The Moscow region is losing power." His statement quickly went viral on Russian social platforms, interpreted by many as an indirect acknowledgement of the severity of the attack. The impact extended beyond power networks. Air traffic across the region was also disrupted. Moscow's Vnukovo airport, one of the city's main hubs, reported delays to at least 5 flights and the cancellation of 1. Temporary restrictions were also imposed at Domodedovo, Volgograd, Kaluga, Saratov, and Yaroslavl airports. A source in the aviation sector told local media that several flight routes had to be diverted to avoid potential risks from drone debris or explosions. Some aircraft circled Moscow's airspace for nearly an hour before being rerouted to alternate airports. On the ground, the blackout affected commuter trains and suburban railway lines as automated signaling systems went offline. Passengers at several stations complained about the lack of information from operators and growing uncertainty about when service would resume. As Moscow worked to restore power, new reports emerged of drone strikes hitting other parts of Russia. Attacks were confirmed in at least 3 additional regions on the same night: Oryol, Vladimir, and Yaroslavl. In the city of Oryol, one drone reportedly struck an open switchyard at a local thermal power plant, plunging several districts into darkness. Residents described hearing a loud explosion followed by an immediate loss of electricity. In the Vladimir region, a major fire broke out at a 750 kilovolt substation, one of the key transmission nodes supplying power to Moscow and central Russia. Witnesses reported flames reaching high into the night sky before emergency teams managed to contain the blaze after several hours. Meanwhile, in Yaroslavl, residents reported explosions near the Slavneft Yanos oil refinery, one of the largest energy facilities in the area. The local airport was temporarily shut down as a precaution. There were no immediate reports of casualties, and officials have not disclosed the scale of the damage. Just days before the Moscow incident, the far eastern Sakhalin region also suffered a major power failure after the automatic protection system was triggered. Outages spread across several districts in Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk and nearby towns including Poronaisk, Makarov, Uglegorsk, Homsk, and Tomary, and Korsikov. Local authorities later announced that electricity had been partially restored, but warned of possible new disruptions. These repeated incidents have sparked growing concern about the vulnerability of Russia's vast energy network to long-range drone attacks. Energy analysts say that while Russia's power grid is extensive and resilient, many substations and transmission nodes remain exposed to aerial threats. Public reactions were mixed. Some citizens accused the authorities of failing to protect critical infrastructure, while others called for unity and calm. On Russian social networks, the hashtag Moscow Blackout quickly began trending, with users sharing photos of dark neighborhoods, traffic chaos, and long lines at gas stations and stores. Many feared that the outage might last through the night. By morning, the Ministry of Energy had yet to issue an official statement detailing the damage or the restoration timeline. Sources within the ministry said the government was coordinating with state-owned energy firms to accelerate the repair process. Emergency crews were dispatched to assess damage to transmission lines and restart backup systems. Defense analysts believe that the drone strikes were intended to erode public morale rather than achieve large-scale destruction. Such attacks, they argue, are designed to create psychological pressure, showing that even regions close to the capital are not completely secure. Although the overall power grid remains operational, repeated attacks on substations could pose a growing challenge to stability in Russia's western territories. Over recent months, Russia has experienced an increase in drone incursions deep into its territory, many aimed at strategic energy and industrial facilities. Energy analysts from the Mosenergo Research Group said that the events underscored the urgent need to modernize protective infrastructure. The Russian power grid is strong, but many of its transmission points still rely on older systems that are more vulnerable to aerial strikes. He added that the 750 kV network, a vital backbone connecting nuclear and thermal power plants to Moscow, is among the most critical targets. If such substations were disabled for an extended period, large portions of the capital could face sustained outages. Emergency teams across multiple regions have already begun restoring power, prioritizing hospitals, water facilities, and essential public infrastructure. Officials have urged residents to conserve energy as repairs continue. Some areas near Moscow regained partial electricity by dawn, though several outer districts reportedly remained in the dark. Independent outlets reported that temperatures in the affected regions had dropped sharply overnight, worsening conditions for residents without heating or power. Authorities distributed backup generators to emergency centers and hospitals to maintain basic operations. The blackout in Moscow marks one of the largest disruptions to Russia's power network in recent years. With drone activity increasing across western Russia, analysts warn that the country may face further challenges in protecting its energy infrastructure. Although the origin of the latest strikes remains officially unconfirmed, the Kremlin is expected to tighten air defense measures and enhance protection around key substations and refineries. For many in Moscow, however, the darkened skyline served as a stark reminder of the growing tension surrounding Russia's heartland, a moment when the capital, known for its unbroken lights, briefly stood in silence and shadow.